I think my best friend is lying about my boyfriend assaulting her. I know this sounds bad, but there is a lot of context behind this. My former best friend, 20F, and I, 20F, have been friends for around 8 years at this point and are currently in our third year of university, but at separate universities. I met my now boyfriend, 20M, about 2.5 years ago, and the three of us all got on really well at the start. Me and my boyfriend broke up a couple months into our relationship, but got back together about 6 months later and have been together for 2 years since. A few days ago, my best friend and I got into an argument. After a while of back and forth between us, my friend started saying how she was confused why my boyfriend invited her to his 21st birthday party. I explain he was trying to be nice, extending an olive branch as she's my friend. She had previously complained in the argument that we hadn't been talking and I hadn't visited her at uni yet this semester, so we thought it would be nice to invite her. She went on to say she didn't want him to extend an olive branch. She didn't want him to invite her because, as she kept reiterating, she does like him. She doesn't want to talk to him and doesn't want to be around him. She has told me previous months ago this was because of an argument she had with my boyfriend on a night out that myself and my boyfriend thought had been resolved, as we had all hung out together since multiple times and everything was fine. I said to her, it is fine if she doesn't want to go or be around him, but she doesn't have to be rude, she could just say no thanks. She then went on to send me a huge paragraph explaining that for years, my boyfriend has made he feel uncomfortable, sexualized, and has inappropriately touched her. She said years, so I assumed this all started pretty soon after we met. We both met my boyfriend through a mutual friend on the same day. She carried on explaining she didn't want to tell me as she felt that I always brushed off when she brought an issue about my boyfriend to me. However, she has never come to me with anything to do with my boyfriend before and I have always listened to her. However, she later changed what she said and told me she had voiced these concerns to me about my boyfriend sexualizing her, touching her and making her uncomfortable. This conversation never happened though, and I don't know where any of this has come from. She then also told he sexually assaulted her a few months ago and said she had previously told me about the sexual assault and claimed I didn't believe her and dismissed her. This never happened. She went on to say I was supposed to be her best friend and I can't even do that, and called me a bad friend over a reaction I didn't have. I'm so confused. We've been friends for so long, and I don't know why this is happening. I, of course, spoke to my boyfriend about this, and he obviously denied ever doing any of this. My boyfriend was molested and also abused as a child, and throughout our relationship, he has been very clear that he despises anyone who commits such crimes like sexual assault, rape, abuse, and the general disrespect of another human being, which makes me think he wouldn't have done this as it's not in his character. My friend ended up giving me an ultimatum of her or my boyfriend. And I'm torn. I love my best friend and we have been through a lot together, but she's lied to me in the past, but never on this large of a scale. She has also wanted me and my boyfriend to break up since we got back together 2 years ago. When I originally told her we were getting back together, she was not happy, told me how we shouldn't, not because of anything my boyfriend had done but because of me. She told me I would just hurt him and lead him on only to break up with him again, and I shouldn't put him through that. Clearly, she was wrong as we were still together. She would also tell me to break up with him every opportunity she got whenever we had a disagreement or bickered, and I would just vent to her and say, yeah, he annoyed me a bit today. She would automatically tell me to break up with him every time. She has also lied to me before and told me my boyfriend tried to hit her during an argument they had when I was in the bathroom at a bar when out with some friends. I later asked around the friends we were with and the bar staff, and they all confirmed during the argument that they never saw him try and hit her or show any aggressive or intimidating behavior towards her. I later brushed this situation off as they had seemingly made up and I thought there may have just been a miscommunication. I'm also very confused as to why she is uncomfortable by my boyfriend, as just to name a few examples of her behavior. She has previously gotten changed in front of him before, completely stripped down to only her underwear without any warning. He was respectful and looked away, to which she proceeds to say she doesn't care if he looks. She also jokingly gave him a lap dance that only lasted a few seconds, without any warning, in a bar. He looked away and kept his hands by his sides. She has also talked about wanting a threesome with me and my boyfriend, which we thought she was joking about at first. She wasn't, and it was quickly shut down after. So I'm very confused as she instigated all these situations, and my boyfriend was very respectful in all of them. For context, my best friend is a lesbian and I am very secure in my relationship. My boyfriend would not turn his head, especially not for my best friend, and as she is a lesbian I have previously had no reason to be concerned about her behavior for the most part. It has always been in a joking and lighthearted manner, so I'm completely torn, but I'm leaning towards believing my boyfriend more. But I feel wrong for not believing my best friend.